What is going on, warriors of Tamaris? Back again with another Call of Dragons video. It is that time of the year where we get brand new heroes. The game developers have decided to show us G5 archers. And all I can say is these brand new archers are fantastic. As of right now, people want to know if these archers are going to be replacing Magrat and Zeta. All I can say is they have the potential to be the best DPS in the game, because the game developers have given them instant impact skills just like Magrat and Zeta. So you're gonna see a lot of merits from these brand new archers. We're gonna see what they are capable of doing. If you're new here, subscribe for more content, like the video, share it with your friends, drop some comments down below. Let's get right into it. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, it is time to check out the brand new archers in Call of Dragons. Are they going to replace Magrat and Zeta as the top DPS? And I think for the first time in a long time, this might be the case, guys. These new archers are broken, and I feel like they are going to be the best DPS in the game. The game developers have given them the ability to do damage without requiring their rage skill. That is the reason Magrat and Zeta are so good for the open field PvP, is their ability to go in, do as much damage as possible, and get out without using any rage skill. These brand new archers can do that as well, and they might be able to do it even better than Magrat and Zeta. But we'll have to wait and see. So let us go over the skills and then we see what is happening. When we get to Kaelan, you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. So we shall start off with Madam Ruby. The rage skill is known as the Scattering Sparks. Let me expand it and then we see it properly. The attack range is medium, rage cost 1000. It says, launches a volley every second for 3 seconds. For the first 2 seconds, the Legion launches a physical extra normal attack every second against the target Legion and 3 nearby enemy Legions. Damage factor 300 diffused. So you're gonna launch 4 normal attacks, 4 different targets, which is just beautiful. And then for the last second, the Legion deals diffused physical damage to the target Legion and 3 nearby enemy Legions. Damage factor 1100. So that is a lot of damage, guys. It's like 4400 damage factor, but it's gonna be diffused. This is a lot of DPS against all the enemies. So the skills look pretty good when you get the rage skill. A lot of people might think these new archers are gonna be like Falgrim and Sibyl. Falgrim and Sibyl were a disappointment. They did not have the ability to do damage before casting a rage skill. That is not the case with these 2 new archers. So this skill is done. We move on to the next skill, which is Raising Spirits. What does it say? When in the field, the Legion gains 20 rage every second for 5 seconds after entering battle. So that is 100 rage right there. Afterwards, the Legion gains 10% march speed and 10% physical attack until battle ends. This effect can trigger once every 30 seconds. So you're gonna have 100 rage every time you enter battle if you're locked in battle for more than 5 seconds, which means you should be able to cast your rage skill faster than everybody. The skill looks pretty good, but it's not mind-blowing. Let's move on to the next one. Known as Annie's Sights. It says Legion Marksman units deal 10% more normal attack damage and gain 20% defense. So this is gonna help you against the counter attacks, so not so bad. We go on to the next skill. The Legion gains 10% HP when dealing damage via a normal attack or an extra normal attack. The Legion has a 25% chance to gain 1 stack of Spark Mark, maximum 5 stacks. The next time Ruby fires a volley, she consumes all stacks of Spark Mark. Each stack of Spark Mark consumed increases the volley's damage by 6%. Spark Mark is cleared when battle ends. So you have the ability to increase the damage output of the volley, which is pretty good. And then we get to the icing on the cake, which is skill number 5, the Awakening, known as the Blind Barrage. Now this is the game changer right here, guys. The only problem with these new archer heroes is that you need to max them out to get the full potential. So the Awakening says, during battle, the Legion has a 25% chance to launch an extra normal attack against 1 random enemy Legion within range, prioritizing the Legion that is farthest away. This effect can be triggered once every 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds, if you're lucky, you have the chance to launch an extra normal attack, which is very, very good. So this is the instant impact skill on Madam Ruby. It is pretty good. Now we're going to move on to the next hero, and you're going to see how they synergize together to do some crazy stuff in PvP. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check out the king of archers in Call of Dragons, Mr. Kaelan. This guy is next level. If you want to invest in archers, you should try and max this guy as fast as possible. So this guy and Magrat are the top DPS in the game, I think. And you should pair them together for like some crazy DPS in open field PvP. These two combinations are going to be disgusting in open field. So let us see what Kaelan is all about. Again, if you're investing in these G5 archers, you need to focus this guy right here. He should be your top priority. His rage skill is known as Swift Ambush. Rage costs 1000, attack range is medium. Fires a salvo that launches 5 extra physical normal attacks against the target legion every second for 2 seconds. Damage factor 200. So we are looking at 200 damage factor 12 times in those 2 seconds. So you're gonna hit 12 normal attacks in 2 seconds, which is just disgusting. This hero is kind of like an improvement of Syndrion. Syndrion can launch 14 normal attacks in 7 seconds, which is a bad skill. Archers don't have that time. But this guy can launch 12 normal attacks in 2 seconds. This is just crazy. And when you put the crit rates on it, it's gonna be blowing up and destroying the single target in no time. Moving on to the second skill, let's find out. Now this one is going to be a garrison skill. It says when garrisoning a city or stronghold, the legion has a 50% chance to reduce the target legion's defense by 2% for 3 seconds each time the hero's legion launches a normal attack or extra normal attack, maximum 10 stacks. Most people don't really care about this because they don't want to use it in their garrison, but they can try. And we go on to the next skill, which is skill number 3. It says legion marksman units gain 30% physical attack and take 10% less skill damage. So not bad. Pretty much a straightforward skill. Moving on to the next one, which is skill number 4. One of the craziest skills that this guy has. When launching a normal attack or an extra normal attack, so the extra normal attack is going to come from Madam Ruby. The Legion has a 50% chance to gain 1 stack of Archer's Mark. Okay, so we're going to be getting Archer's Mark, which is what we need to pay attention to. Upon reaching 5 stacks, all stacks are consumed and the Legion deals physical damage to the target Legion. Damage factor 1000 and ignores 10% of enemy defense for 3 seconds. So let's pause here for a second, guys. This is the instant impact skill of Mr. Kaelan, and it's going to be the biggest game changer. Part of the reasons why I say they will be rivaling Magrat for top DPS in the game. The only bad news for you guys is that you need to max out this hero in order to get this ability to go crazy for you, which is why we're going to check out the awakening skill to see what's going to happen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the awakening, aka the game changer. This is the real deal right here. It says increases salvo damage by 15%, which is the rage skill. And then it goes on to say the Legion gains 3 stacks of Archer's Mark immediately upon entering battle. Now this is the game changer I was telling you guys. So when you awaken the hero, you get 3 stacks. When you enter battle, you have a 50% chance to get 1 stack with a normal attack. So when we go back to skill number 4, the game developers did not put any restrictions on this skill. It does not say it triggers only once per second. It does not have any restriction. So there are 4 sources of normal attacks for you right now. You have your regular normal attack, you have the chain strike normal attack, you have the extra normal attack that you get from Ruby, and you have the normal attack known as the Mighty Slash from the Precision Talent Tree. So every second, you have the chance to launch up to 4 normal attacks against your enemies. And you have a 50% chance to gain 1 stack for each normal attack. There is no restriction here. So when you enter battle, I think after 3 seconds, you're going to get at least 2 stacks, which will add up to the awakening 3 stacks, letting you do 1,100. Letting you do 1,000 skill damage factor within the first 3 or 4 seconds when you enter the fight. With Magrat, you're going to need 5 seconds to do that 500% extra normal attack. But with this guy, you're going to need maybe 2 or 3 seconds with the stacks you get from the awakening to do this 1,000 damage factor, which is why I was saying these new heroes might be the replacement for Magrat and Zeta. The game developers made it so that this time around, they can do damage without requiring the rage skill, which is something that Falgrim and Sibyl are missing. And when we see the pet for these new archers, they might be as good as the Shadow Manticore that lets you do damage almost every second. So we're going to find out. The devs haven't shown us the pet yet, but we shall see very soon. In my own opinion, I think these brand new archers will probably replace Magrat and Zeta, all because of this skill that you see here on the screen. There is not a lot of restrictions. And when you start getting lucky with those 50% chances to gain stacks every now, you will be able to hit this 1,000 skill damage factor multiple times, letting you do so much damage against your enemies in the PvP. And as soon as you cast your rage skill, oh boy, things are gonna go crazy, because this guy is gonna hit 12 normal attacks in 2 seconds. And when you have those crit rates going on, it's gonna be crazy. You can use the crit rates for the pet skills as well. I think that should be able to give you another 10% crit rate. The crit skills from the pets, I forgot the name, but they are going to be useful on your pet if you want to go in that route. So things are going to be crazy, guys. If these archers are not casting their rage skill, they are doing damage with skill number 4 for this guy, skill number 4 and skill number 5. And then with Ruby, when you see her awakening, she can also launch an extra normal attack every 3 seconds with a 25% trigger chance. If you're lucky, you can keep getting it every 3 seconds, which is just beautiful. So I think these new archers are going to be direct competition for Magrat and Zeta. The only bad news is that you need to max them out to get their full potential. If you don't plan on maxing these archers out, then you might want to think twice. But I think they're going to be good. You can also use them in your cavalry lineup. They should do okay. I see the elk riders being very, very good with these archers if you find a way to incorporate them in your lineup. So I think that's going to be fantastic. What else can we see here? Let's find out. We got the brand new artifact as well, which is right here, known as the Roaring Rager. This artifact is gonna belong to Ruby. Deals diffuse physical damage to up to 4 enemy legions in a designated circle, damage factor 2400. And then after 1 second, deals diffuse physical damage to up to 4 enemy legions in the same area, damage factor 800. I think this second one might be the Exemplar, if I'm not mistaken. Exemplar says deals extra physical damage, so I think this second part should be coming from the Exemplar. That's what I think. So this is gonna be good, guys. And as you guys can see, this thing does all of its artifact damage at once, not like Magzay, who needs to walk and the damage happens, I think, over 3 seconds. For this guy, in 1 second, boom, it's gonna hit. So I think that's gonna be awesome. And it has the additional effect to help out with Ruby. Each volley fired reduces this artifact skill cooldown by 3 seconds and increases the wielder's attack by 5% for 10 seconds. Maximum 3 stacks, which is another 15% physical attack. And I think that's going to be good. Me personally, I am excited for archer players because of these new heroes. The devs have given them a fail-safe mechanism which will allow them to do damage without requiring any rage skill. The only downside is you need to max them out to access that skill. So if you're playing archers, you make sure you max out these 2 guys in order to get the full benefit. If you are to invest in only one of them, then you're looking at him right here. He is on the screen. This guy is going to be disgusting against single targets. He is going to do so much. And when you pair him with Syndrions and you're doing city hopping, oh boy, you're gonna crush so many enemies. So that's it for the archers, guys. They are a fantastic addition to the game. Definitely better than Fulgrim and Sibyl. Fulgrim and Sibyl were a mistake. Those two archers are just not it. Archers are not dependent on rage skill, which is why Fulgrim and Sibyl are struggling. But with these new archers, they have instant impact skills that make them do damage without requiring any rage. And that is what I like about them. For the first time in a long time, we have competition for Magrat and Zeta. Will they replace Magrat and Zeta? We're gonna find out when the Kraken maxes them out. Me personally, I'm gonna invest in them slowly because I'm building archers for heavy DPS for events and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below what you think of these brand new archers. If you're new here, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.